How about we do it and teach God's commandments? Think about it. This also a platform to speak about, like you mentioned, the evil with Nolan Wells, the evil with Kendrick Johnson, the evil with Rasheem Carter. How come the Black Christian Church, where's your voice with the atrocities that are being done to our people? And remember, these people in Ocean Springs, Mississippi, they go to the same church as you. Exactly. How come we're not talking about those names? But yet, we're arguing about this. We can do this, that's fine. We study the Bible, we're prepared. But at the end of the day, our mission is to wake up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. So,
we have an argument with going outside these doors and being active the ministry, spreading the message of the kingdom. But some of these truths that we are debating about, I would say, are essential to the faith. And so I want to just touch on two of the things that were brought up. If Mary was betrothed to Joseph and they already lay together, wouldn't that be adultery? No, it would be. No.
What? Oh my God! What the? Oh my God! What the actual fuck? This nigga is a moron of astounding proportions. If Mary and Joseph were betrothed and he already laid with her, wouldn't that be adultery? That's what you're asking? At your big old age? You're a doctor and you would ask something that fucking stupid? Oh my God, I want to break something. I want to break something that was so fucking dumb. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. I've said that a couple times during the course of reviewing this, but that might be the literal dumbest thing I might have ever heard with my ears since the day I was born. That was dumb. Oh my God. Oh, and this is who our people follow. This is who our people give their hard-earned money to week in and week out. I'm sure this brother is living real good. I'm sure this brother is living real good. Oh my God. I cannot believe this nigga said. All right, let's define what a adultery is. Leviticus 20 and 10, right? Exodus 20 and 14 tells us not to commit adultery, right? Don't do it. Well, that doesn't define what it is, though, right? Let's actually look at what the Bible defines adultery as. And the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. So adultery is defined as a man sleeping with another man's wife or a wife sleeping with another man other than her husband. That's what adultery is. A man cannot commit adultery on a woman by sleeping with another woman, for the record. I know the brothers at YAHAWAH, they don't teach polygyny, right? But the Bible teaches polygyny. It's all throughout the Bible. It's part of the law, and the law you should not remove aught from the law or add to the law, for the record, right? That's what adultery is. Adultery is not what the hell this so-called doctor just said. The nigga said, if Mary and Joseph were betrothed and they already had sex, wouldn't that be adultery? Nigga, what the fuck? According to the Torah, oh my God. What's that? Deuteronomy 24. Or Deuteronomy 22. Yeah, Deuteronomy 22, right? Watch this. Deuteronomy 22. Right? I'm going to jump down to... So the brothers read this about the tokens of virginity, right? That's the situation. Right? So Deuteronomy 22 and 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die, both the man that lay with the woman and the woman. So shalt thou put away evil from Israel. That's what we just read in Leviticus 20 and 10. If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto a husband, and a man find her in the city and lie with her, then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel because she cried not, being in the city, and the man because he have humbled his neighbor's wife. So thou shalt put evil away from Israel. But so in this situation, she's betrothed, they haven't consummated. But if she sleeps with another nigga, that would be adultery. Which you guys believe, if you believe in the virgin birth, what you believe is that the Holy Spirit committed adultery with Mary. That's what you believe. If you believe that Jesus Christ was born because the Holy Spirit of God impregnated Mary when she was betrothed to Joseph, you believe that the Holy Spirit committed adultery. The law says that if a woman is betrothed to a man, that's still his wife. And if you sleep with her, you have committed adultery. This dumb nigga gonna ask, well, if Joseph and Mary were betrothed to each other and they already had sex, was it that adultery? No, nigga, what you believe about the Holy Spirit impregnating her, that would be adultery. But again, spirits don't have sex with humans. Spirits don't have sex at all. Wow, that is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. I've never heard anything dumber. Never have I ever heard anything as dumb as what this man just said.
And so I want to just touch on two of the things that were brought up. If Mary was betrothed to Joseph and they already lay together, wouldn't that be adultery?
No.
It would be.
No, there's no law that says that. There's no law that says that if a betrothed couple has sex. Matter of fact, if I can read it, we have a law in Exodus 22:16 that tells you if a man and a woman lay together before the actual marriage feast, that they're forced to get married now. Could you read Exodus 22:16?
That doesn't mean it's not sin.
Exactly. Okay, but they still have to get married. There's no death involved. There's no sacrifice involved. They still have to get married.
Well, we're not worried about death and sacrifice and consequence. Hang on for a second, Mama. We're not worried about death and consequence of sin. We're talking about sin in and of itself, because if
they said that would be, they said that would be sin. They said that would be sin. Oh my God, these niggas don't see. Christians always make things sins that are not sins. And the things that are actually sins, they're okay with doing. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. This is
that makes
crazy.
the sacrifice the Messiah.
No,
Without-
yeah,
hang on for a second. Wait, just let me finish the thought. And
Could you use the scripture?
I can, but just let me finish the thought. So inside the word, it does say that he was the lamb that was slain without spot or blemish. It was more than that, though, because other than that, why wouldn't God just send an angel? The reason why he's a lamb that was slain without spot, blame, or blemish was because he was conceived immaculately. He knew no sin because he didn't have.
This nigga don't know what he's talking about. He was conceived immaculately in Matt. You just made there's no, like, the Immaculate Conception is this. The Immaculate Conception is the Catholic belief that the Virgin Mary was free from original sin from the very first moment of her life. It is often confused with the virgin birth of Jesus, but it actually refers to Mary's own conception by her parents, Anne and Jehoiakim. That has nothing to, like, nigga, what? So you mean to tell me that the first commandment is to be fruitful and multiply? That's the first commandment. Be fruitful and multiply, right? You mean to tell me that a man and a woman having sex is somehow not clean or not a good thing? Shalawam, okay, have you seen Brother Ash? No, I have. What did Brother Ash do? I haven't seen anything that Brother Ash has done in a while. Actually, I'm not even sure if I'm subscribed to him on this new channel. I was subscribed to his old channel, on my old channel. Let's just look at the word immaculate real quick. Immaculate is an adjective that means completely clean, neat, or tidy. It can also mean free from mistakes, flaws, or sin, right? So immaculate is the opposite of sin, right? To say that Jesus was conceived immaculately must mean that his mother and father having sex is a sin. Again, this is so dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. 1A is, if Mary and Joseph were betrothed and they had sex, wouldn't that be adultery? That's 1A, dumbest shit I've ever heard. And what this nigga just said, to follow that up, is 1B. Like,
on him. That would make sense.
He wasn't born.
He was not born of a union of a man and a woman. That's where I'm going.
If he's born.
so what they're telling you is that, see, this is why Christianity is gay. To say that a man and a woman lawfully, right? Not saying a man and another man's woman, or what, a man and a woman, a single man and a single woman having sex and being fruitful and multiplying, that's somehow not immaculate. That's somehow sinful.
And in a woman, he's born with a sinful nature.
That's what I'm saying.
So the answer is no.
He disqualified.
Yeah,
He's disqualified to be the Lamb of God to take away the sin of the world.
Otherwise, anybody would have done it. Anybody would have done it.
Same Bible.
That's what the Bible preaches. The Bible says in 2 Corinthians 5:21, now he made him who knew no sin to be sin for us. That we might become the righteousness of God.
That's what we just asking you to prove in the scripture.
But I just read 2 Corinthians 5:21.
All
They had no sin.
all sin in Adam. All sin in Adam.
Yes, absolutely.
So you
Second Corinthians 5:21.
Okay, so
Remember, I was going to read this 22:16 to show you
Well, hold on,
have
because
sex
we're
before marriage.
responding. We're responding first because you're making a point on top
You
of
made a point. I responded to it.
Just hang on, we'll give you a chance to respond.
Okay, just making sure. No, he wants 2 Corinthians 5:20. I believe. 21.
2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 21. For he had made him to be sin for us, who knew no sin, that we might be made the righteousness of God in him.
We read that.
Okay, so then if he made him who knew no sin, let's add Romans 5:12 to that. Okay. Therefore, just as sin came into the world through one man, referring to Adam, right? And death through sin, and so death spread to all men because all sin. Jesus follows Adam. If Jesus is born of a man and a woman like the rest of us, he's born into sin.
Okay, so I'm going to show you how dumb what he just said is and how that makes no sense. There's zero logic. He said, so he's reading this, 2 Corinthians, he said, see, sin entered the world through Adam, a man, right? So if he was born of a man and a woman, then it would be born in sin. But according to you guys, he was born of God or through the Holy Spirit and Mary. But Mary is a woman. She's part of mankind. Like, last time I checked, women are part of mankind, right? They're part of humanity or mankind. So if Jesus being born of man makes him born of sin based off of your stupid and flawed logic and ideology, we can apply that to your doctrine, to the virgin birth. You believe that Mary gave birth to Jesus through her being impregnated by God's Holy Spirit, which is stupid as hell and it's blasphemous. See how it doesn't make any sense? So that means he should have just popped up. He should have just popped. If it was supposed to be immaculate and untainted with sin, he should have just been spawned on the earth. Not angels come down and interact with people in the scriptures. He should have did that if that was the case. If a man having sex with a woman is somehow sinful, these niggas are dumb, man.
To be sin for us, who knew
20, I believe. 21.
2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 21. For he had made him to be sin for us, who knew no sin, that we might be made the righteousness of God in him.
We read that.
Okay, so then if he made him who knew no sin, let's add Romans 5:12 to that. Okay. Therefore, just as sin came into the world through one man, referring to Adam, right? And death through sin, and so death spread to all men because all sin.
Because all sin. So so all sin. That means Mary's included in that. That means Mary sinned. But Jesus was born of Mary, right? Oh, but he gotta be without spot or blemish. See how this shit don't make no goddamn sense? This is dumb.
Jesus follows Adam. If Jesus is born of a man and a woman like the rest of us, he's born into sin.
He give it to sin. So that's what he was born out.
You guys are talking about acts as opposed to the sinful nature.
No.
Hang on. Are you?
You're talking about the active sin. We're talking about trespasses and missing the mark as opposed to the sinful nature. The Bible teaches about the sinful nature. I mean, we gave you Romans 5:12. We gave you 2 Corinthians 5:21.
We read from.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so
we agree with it.
So the point is, through your genealogy, if Jesus takes on flesh through the combination of a man and a woman, he's already blemished as the sacrifice.
How else can he take on flesh?
Because of the nature of man,
So you're saying Christ is a sinner because of what his parents did? Absolutely not.
If his parents are human parents, a human man and a human woman, he has inherited the sin nature of all.
They say that Eve, it doesn't say
It's not about committing sin. It's about the sinful nature.
Okay, so
how can you all think?
Okay, about the human nature again, the sinful human nature. Why tell them that it's human nature? Like, if it's about that, well, the brothers of IUIC rightfully went here. Watch this. Where is it? Hebrews chapter 2, right? They rightfully went here. I'll start at verse 14. For as much then as the children are partakers of flesh and blood, he also himself likewise. For as much as the children are partakers of flesh and blood, he also himself likewise took part of the same, that through death he might destroy him that had the power of death, and that is the devil, and deliver them who through fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage. For verily he took not on him the nature of angels, but he took on him the seed of Abraham. Wherefore in all things it behooved him to be made like unto his brethren. All of his disciples were his brethren. Paul was one of his brethren. The Israelites are his brethren. Last time I checked, they were made the same way that every human being is made, that he might be a merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining to God, to make reconciliation for the sins of the people. For in that he himself have suffered, being tempted, he is able to succor them that are tempted. Like, what is this nigga talking about?
How can you all think that someone born with a sinful nature can live a life without sin?
I can read it actually. Please do Romans 8 and verse 3 for me. And that's Daniel saying that. Romans 8 verse 3.
The book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 3.
We'll clear it right here. Go ahead.
For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, God sending his own son in the likeness of sinful flesh.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Did Christ have sinful flesh? He became.
He did not. He was
Dagger. Whoo! Damn. Captain Galilee. God damn, you sliced that nigga's head off with that one.
The book of Romans, chapter 8 and verse 3.
We'll clear it right here. Go ahead.
For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, God sending his own son in the likeness of sinful flesh.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Did Christ have sinful flesh? He became.
He did not.
He was the seed of the woman. And in Genesis chapter 3, he was born as the seed of the woman. So now we're finding out that you believe more theology than scripture. I don't know. Scripture says you gotta hear what
You're
scripture
not going to
For
find
what
a
the law
scripture
could
that.
not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, God sending his own son in
what?
the likeness of sinful flesh.
Read.
And for sin, condemned sin in the flesh.
Meaning he lived a sinless life. Even though he was.
Whoo! Damn, that is a dagger, man. I need a soundboard, man. I really need a soundboard, family. Because I would drop 1,000,000 bombs. Bombs over Baghdad. That was a dagger. Whoo, man. That was cold. That was super cold. I'm gonna have to put that in my repertoire to pull out. I'm gonna have to put that on my utility belt, right? My go-go gadget belt. I'm gonna have to put that one. Romans 8 and 3, write that down. For that was whoo. Yeah, that guy's head is all four of them. One shot, heads rolling down the aisle right now.
Born in sinful flesh, just like me and you.
That is incorrect.
So that's wrong.
That is incorrect. Your summation of your summation.
Me reading what Christians kill me. They love Paul to death. Let me tell you, they love to abuse Paul's writings, right? All the time. But guess Paul be cutting these niggas. Paul be cutting the hell out of so-called Christians. oh, you're wrong, nigga. No.
Even though he was born in sinful flesh, just like me and you,
That
he
is
came.
incorrect.
So that's just wrong.
That is incorrect.
That is incorrect. So you disagree with Paul then?
Your summation of the scripture is.
The Bible's incorrect.
Your summation. If you start cutting off, you will hear what I have to say.
Explain that scripture.
I will explain your summation of the scripture is incorrect.
Explain
I don't get a chance to do that. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to respond to you the second you guys stop talking, and I will let you know how you have it wrong.
Okay,
I want to hear it.
We definitely want to hear it.
Your summation of that scripture is incorrect because it says like, does it not? It does not say he sinned. He said it is in the likeness of the likeness of. If you look in the mirror, that is your likeness. That is. Please stop. Just please stop for a second. I can get it.
They didn't say that. You're putting words in their mouth. They did not say that. Let's go back.
Your summation of that scripture is incorrect because it says like, does it not? It does not say he sinned. He said it.
They didn't say that. It says that he sinned. Like, what are you talking? Like, this is what I don't like. Sometimes I really hate having conversations with Christians because they will always say you said something that you didn't say.